Well, hello, everybody. Car Chronicles. You ready? So let's talk about living in this alternate reality. Those of you that follow me on YouTube, go to YouTube on Dr. Carmen Bryant, Overcoming Narcissist Abuse, and go find the video that I did with the narcissist living in an alternate reality. But what about the supply and the supply living in an alternate reality? So for those of you that are in the mental health field, when you hear, like mine did, when my ears perked up, you hear this term alternate reality, you begin thinking of psychosis, you start thinking of delusions or hallucinations. You're thinking of a disorder according to the DSM-5. However, when you're talking about a narcissist, oftentimes they're not, we call them delusional because they create their own reality. Remember, they do create their own reality and they do create their own truth. And their truth is opposite from your truth. And what happens is they pull you into their world. And remember, everything that is wrong is right and everything right is wrong. You have an education. Now you start questioning your education. There's a legal system set up, the judicial system. You start questioning the judicial system because, to a narcissist, they alter the reality and they create their own reality and their bubble that they live in, that they want to live in. And they also alter people's narratives. They change narratives to fit into their, what can we say? Not their priorities, but fits into their, their mindsets or how they want to live life. I'll think of the word in a minute, but they alter the reality. And so here you have a supply. Whether it's in childhood, growing up in a home with a narcissist where your reality has been altered and this is the only reality you know until something new is introduced, or those supplies that are still in the situationship, let's say situationship or coming out, your reality has been altered. You live in an altered reality. And for some people, they walk around with your eyes wide shut. And so that's your only coping mechanism when you leave. And the only way that you can handle stress is to alter your reality. Things that you see. Remember, you're gaslighted so much that the things that you see, once they tell you is not real, you start questioning your own reality. You start questioning your own sanity. And so you're coming out where you even question decisions that you make. That's why it's hard a lot of times coming out, making decisions, because you think that everything that you think is wrong, because that's how they trained you. They've altered your reality. They pulled you into their little dysfunctional world, their dysfunctional bubble, and they have altered your narratives. They have altered your reality. And for some people, in order to find acceptance and to find love, or to try to make them love you, or I'm trying to do whatever I can to make this person love me, you have accepted their form of reality, which in reality is dysfunctional and delusional. That doesn't mean it's a disorder. It just means it's not right. And a lot of you now coming out, hindsight is 2020, now coming out, you look back and you're like, this guy, this girl was absolutely crazy, delusional. What in the world? Brain fog. Our Chronicles, Narcissist Supply, Alternate Reality, Part 2. So let me give you another example of the alternate reality. In the PTSD diagnosis, one of the symptoms, or one of the many symptoms, or two of the many symptoms, is living as if you're in a dream. Like every day you're living like you're in a dream, or you feel like you're watching the world go around in slow motion, or it feels like you're looking at yourself, almost an out-of-body experience, but you're almost watching yourself, or you're watching what is happening, but you're looking at yourself, while it's happening. But everything seems like in slow motion. Everything seems like it's a dream state, like you're watching a movie in slow motion. For many people, the way that they cope is, it is almost like they dissociate. Now, not the disorder dissociation, not the dissociative disorder, meaning it's so bad that it becomes a disorder, which you guys know is multiple personalities, but dissociative disorder, but to a point where you actually dissociate, to a point where every day of your life, you're living like you're in a dream state. You know that there are certain things that you have to do. You have a regiment. You wake up in the morning, you get your kids ready for school, you take them to school, you go to work, you leave work, maybe go to the grocery store, go home, cook food, and then next day, reset. You do the same thing. So you live your life like a dream. You live your life almost like you're in a fog. And it's almost like you're losing years until one day you get out of it and your mind clears, that fog clears, and you look back and you think to yourself, all those years I've wasted. I was here and I didn't go visit here. I didn't do this with my children. Everything you did was on autopilot. Everything was robotic. It was planned. That was the only way that you can bring some type of order to your life. But you were in, and they create this alternate reality. They create create a reality that you know is not truth. And so you're trying to fit in just to appease that person because you don't want that person to leave, or you don't want the image in your head of what you think family is supposed to be. You don't want to break the family up. Then if you do break the family up because you need some sanity, you need some help, you need to heal. One of the many things that I hear people say is that narcissist now blames you for breaking up the family. They don't take responsibility for the role that they played in it, but now you become the problem and you broke up the family. They even tell your children that mom or dad is the one that broke up this family. And some of you have to wait until your children are old enough to understand, but you have to do what you have to do so that you don't lose your mind. There are people that have had psychotic episodes that are literally in the hospital in inpatient treatment because they have lost their mind. They have gone into psychosis, psychotic episodes, and they have not been able to come out, almost to a catatonic state, because their brain is like shocked, because dealing with these narcissists has a detrimental, almost fatal effect. You can die. Get out.
you.